What's up, everyone? So today I'm going to bring to you the four most hyped drip forks that I've seen currently on the market that haven't launched yet. So all four of them still haven't yet to launch. And yeah, so if you guys may be new to crypto or you've been living under a rock for the last few months, you might not have heard of drip. And so we'll go over that now. It's this beast here. Basically, what these protocols are, the deflationary protocols that have staking where you can still earn 1% ROI per day, and that happens over a period of 365 days. Now, Drip was the original one. That's why, if we see forks of this contract or, slightly edited ones, we tend to call them Drip forks. And that's because it launched last year in July 2021. So it's coming up for almost a year since this has been out. Anyway, so yeah, this happened in July last year, launched around $30. And by the time October came, this project had fallen all the way down to roughly $6 or $7. I'm not sure if anybody, held this project up until this point or not. And then since then, that's when it really took off, right in the start of October. And since then, we've seen it go from $6. What's that like? Talking 10x, 20x, going to almost a 30x since then. Doing a 30x whilst also earning 1% per day. So if you were to put like $1,000 in at this point, not only would you do a 30x on that, well, almost a 30x up to about $28,000 or whatever, something like that. Obviously, it's not including the 10% taxes of buying in and buying out, but just for argument's sake. But you're also earning 1% per day on that, so you can then choose to compound that or harvest it. If you compound it, then by the time you get to here, the amount of money you actually made would have just been insane. And yeah, a lot of people made a lot of money on this protocol, especially those guys that hung on there from July. I don't know if there was any that hung on from July and rode it all the way through. This moved up really fast. January was really the month for drip, man. 55 all the way up to 170, whilst earning 1% per day interest as well. Now, as what happens pretty much everywhere in crypto, once you see something move up too fast, like you see like vertical green lines like this, you also tend to see vertical red lines come after it as well. And it's exactly what happened with drip. People were going on about the sustainability of this project and how it was going to last forever and all this kind of stuff. But it just goes to show if a project moves too fast in this space, it's unsustainable. And the guys that held have now followed it all the way back down to pretty much pre-sale price. But yeah, anyway, this was the first one, and its success at the start of this year here has now caused some other projects to follow suit and start making forks. And I invested in one myself like a couple of weeks ago on the Avalanche chain called Splassive. It was a bit of a controversial one because of how they started. Really, it was a little bit unprofessional. Like nothing was ready. The UI and the website when the DApp was really poor quality, and there wasn't much there's no audit or KYC. It was a bit dodgy, really. It seemed like there was just one person controlling the Telegram. So I did go in. I went in small because it was high risk, and that project ended up doing a 70x. So it just shows that these protocols right now, just like auto rebase protocols have been the big hype over the last couple of months, I also now think drip forks are going to be another type of protocol that are going to be definitely worth investing in over these next coming weeks and months. So today I'm going to go over four different projects that I found that they're all launching very soon. Actually, there's a couple of them that I've already done the pre-sale phase now. So you won't be able to get in the pre-sale, but they are going to launch within the next couple of days. And there's a couple of them that are still in their pre-sale phase, so you can go in their communities and find your way to get a whitelist spot. And some of them, they just have to, they're open to public, and you can just contribute on the website. So we'll start off with this first one here, Golden Goose. Now this one, like Drip, it's going to be on the Binance Smart Chain, um, and it's going to offer a little bit more daily returns than Drip did. It's going to offer 1.5% daily returns, and yeah, so the tax is going to be pretty similar. However, 0% compounding fee, and yeah, so very simple, but already from being in their communities on Telegram, I can just see the hype already, man. It's crazy. Every time I look at my Telegram, there's like 1,000 messages there of people. You could just tell if you're one of the lucky ones to get a whitelist spot for this. You're definitely going to print. It's 100% guaranteed. Yeah, there's no denying that this project's going to do well. The team seem really cool as well. Which is good as well. If you've got a team that you can rely on, and that they're really active and doing plenty of marketing already, even before pre-sale's done. And yeah, so we'll move on to the next one, which is also on the Binance Smart Chain, which is Piston Race. This one has already finished the pre-sale. It was only available. The first couple of stages of the pre-sale was only available for people that were invested in another project, My Diamond token or My Diamond team, something like that. You had to invest in that certain amount, and then you're allowed to enter into the pre-sale. They did have a small allocation afterwards for the public, but it was just like an insta fill. It was pretty much impossible to get into. And now these guys are going to be launching on the 3rd of April, so it'll be in a few days now. And these guys, they've been going on a little bit longer. The Telegram group's been going on for at least a month. And so in that time, they built up a lot of following and a lot of traction. And even though these guys are going to be starting at like a much higher market cap, it's going to be starting at around 1 million market cap, whereas Golden Goose is going to be starting much lower. I still think that, with the popularity behind this community and also behind these forks in general, that I have no doubt that, anybody who got into pre-sale, we can... I don't advise people to buy directly on launch, but if you have a good bot, and then buying directly on launch, or wait for the first dip, then I'm pretty sure people are going to make money as well. These guys have got some really good UI. The website looks really clean. The app looks really good. Which is always a bonus as well. And yeah, so let's have a look. So these guys, similar to Drip, 1% daily earnings over 365 days. Buy and sell taxes 10%. This is kind of a standard really in these type of protocols. And you have deposit and claim fees, however, which are going to be 5% and 10%, which is, Golden Goose are giving you that for free. Okay, and moving on to the next one. This is going to be the first one, not on the Binance Smart Chain. This one actually did launch a couple of days ago, but the launch didn't go well, so they're going to have to relaunch now in a couple of days. And it'd be launched on the Polygon network. Now, most of you watching this probably say, well, I hate the Polygon network, everything's trash, and, I'd agree with you, it's a pain in the ass with transactions, and there's not many users. But these guys, their goal is, one of the first things they're going to do is expand onto 2 different networks, including Phantom as well. These guys are probably you see how they're offering 3% daily, which is obviously a much more risky than 1% or 1.5%. So it's going to be interesting to see the sustainability of this project and how it can perform. And it's going to be offered over 180 days. Now, these guys, like I said, did launch a couple of days ago, and they had some problems. With the app and the staking, and people were sending tokens and they were going elsewhere, and all sorts of problems. So they stopped trading, and in the process of sorting out all those problems with the project and the app, to make sure everybody that stuff went wrong to make sure that they're compensated as well. So yeah, I mean, not the best start obviously when launch didn't go well, but just watching how the team have kind of dealt with it and making sure everybody gets sorted out before the V-launch. It's definitely I definitely think that this one can still perform maybe come launch time in a couple of days. So it's definitely another one to keep your eye on to see how sustainable, even if you're not going to invest in it, to see how sustainable a drip fork that offers 3% daily can perform. And so yeah, so move on to the last one, Zombie Network. Now, like these guys' website and the app, it's really clean. Now these are the guys. They're gonna have the pre-sale starting in 22 hours. This one's gonna be a public one now, so anybody can contribute. There's gonna be I don't know. That's a million clay. Yeah, it's a million clay. So these guys are launching on the Clay network. Now this is actually a Korean project. This is a Korean team behind this, and they've got a huge Asian community, which is always a good bonus as well. Big English community and big Asian community. This is the first project I've ever heard of that's launching on Clay. So again, it's another layer 2 blockchain that you're gonna have to add to your MetaMask, and then bridge some funds over in order to be able to contribute. So you have to bridge some funds over, exchange that for Clay. You deposit your Clay, and then you'll get some blood. Now, with this protocol, there is vesting involved. So if you do participate in any of these pre-sales here, now you won't just get all your tokens on launch. You'll get a certain amount. I think it might be 25% on. There we go. The schedule to open on the 7th of April. I think you get like 25% on launch, and it's going to be linear. Your tokens will be given. However, if you do want to stake your tokens, you will be able to stake 100% of your tokens right away. So it means you only have a small percentage to then sell on open on launch. Sorry, if you wanted to. But if your goal is to stake in the platform and earn your interest, then you can put 100% into that straight away, and then vesting, if you plan to hold a token for a while, the vesting shouldn't really matter. I guess this is just another way of trying to make the project more sustainable and give a bit more longevity to it. Whether that will work or not, that's something to be seen. Because as we all know, sometimes vesting doesn't work, has the opposite effect, because people tend to sell off before the next vesting the next claiming of vesting tokens takes place, because they then think that the vested tokens will then be dumped, which then causes like 2 different dumps, and it happens like say tokens are released every single month. You tend to have a dump every single month just because people anticipate the vested tokens being claimable. And so a little bit more about this project. They got a little leaderboard here for the people on the most Clay. So they're offering 1%, obviously, for under 65 days. So similar to drip, and it's saying here, if you compound interest at it every day, it'd equal to 3,154% annually. There's another thing I want to say. Here we go. They've got some NFTs at a reward system. We'll go over that in a second. So they've got these NFTs. So you've got like a little zombie bear, right? And that's your original NFT you're going to buy. And for every NFT you buy, like hats and t-shirts and glasses or whatever, it basically gives you more rewards and more benefits within the system that they have, which is interesting. So you're starting off at 1% per day, and however much, and 10% of the deposit as rewards in the referral system and this kind of stuff. And for each NFT, I think that you own in there, it's going to then increase your rewards elsewhere in the ecosystem, which I thought was a pretty cool idea as well. So the reward system, most of these tokens are now having a reward system. Even these other tokens that I went over before having the same thing. They have referral rewards, so you have like a buddy address, and then if people use that buddy address, then you earn 10% of the deposit amount, which is an incentive for people to refer people to the project to then get more users, which is what Drip did, and it's one of the reasons why it did so well. I mean, you can kind of say it's a Ponzi scheme in that sense, but I think it definitely did a tribute to Drip's success. So yeah, that's my 4 picks for coming up probably in the next week. All these projects coming up in about next week, and that's my pick, the top 4 that I think are at least going to perform well to some extent. And yeah, none of them launched up to now, so especially Zombie and Golden Goose, still opportunities to get yourself in the pre-sale or get yourself a whitelist. So I'll leave all the information, all the socials, and the links to their communities in the description of this video, and you can go check them out yourself. So thanks for listening today, guys. Until next time, bye.